Hi, I'm hoping you can see me now. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome. This is JCC 830 Yoga from streaming live from Minnetonka. Special thanks to Jory for helping me realize that I was not streaming live from the right website. What you might have today with you is a blanket, if you have a firm blanket, and maybe 2 yoga blocks. If you have a strap and you work with a strap, and if you have no props, that's just fine. We'll start sitting. You can sit your hips up on some height, if you like, either cross-legged or kneeling. Take the hands by the hips and use the press of the hands to get more grounded in your seat. Roll the shoulders back and use the press of the hands to elevate the heart and lengthen the neck. Then gently shift the weight from the hands to your seat, resting the hands on the legs with the elbows relaxed in at the sides of the waist. Maybe closing the thumb and forefingers, and maybe closing the lids of the eyes. Imagine the crown of the head drawing up towards the ceiling as you feel your seat grounded. And turn the attention to the rhythm of the breathing. Let it flow naturally to start. Now take a few deeper, fuller breaths. Nice and slow on the breath in. Nice and slow on the breath out. We'll take Nadi Shodhana or Nadi Sudhi, alternate nostril breathing. With one hand make a fist, and from the fist open out your ring finger and pinky beside it. Maybe using the other hand to press the ring finger and pinky together so that they have the strength of the thumb. Turn the palm in towards the face. Lift the heart so the thumb is on one side and the ring finger on the other. Close off one side of the nose at the pinched in part just above the flare so you don't have to press hard to close off the airflow. And open the back of the throat. So while breathing in and out one side, the back of the throat is open enough that you're not compromising the amount of breath that flows in and out. And now switch sides. See if you can tell which side it's easier to breathe through. When it's the right side that's easier to breathe through, it shows a more alert state. When it's the left side, it shows a more relaxed state. Now, close off the side that allows you to breathe through the side it's easiest to breathe through. So you're only breathing through one side, the side it's easiest to breathe through. And breathe out from that side and back in. Closing that side, breathe out the second side. and back in. Closing and breathing out the first side and back in. Closing and breathing out the second side and back in. Continuing this way where you always breathe back into the side you're breathing out from before switching over. And when you get to that part of the cycle where you're breathing out from the side you started from, place the hand back on the leg, refreshing your posture, and take a deep, full breath in through both sides. Breathing it out slowly. Letting the breath flow freely, pull the knees in and up. If you have a blanket under the hips, move it to the side and come to the front edge of the mat with blocks by the front edge of the mat if you have them, so you can step backwards and there's nothing behind you on your mat. Feet hip width, outer edges of your feet parallel. As you breathe in, take the arms out and up, lengthening up the sides with the reach of the arms. Breathe out and forward fold from the hips with your heels light, taking the arms out and down. Let the head drop and breathe in, lighten the heels, sweep the arms out and up. And breathe out and open the arms out and down, folding from the hips and hanging the head. 2 more, breathing in. And breathing out. Last time in. This time breathing out, folding forward. As you breathe in, place the hands on the blocks, legs, or floor. Push down and let the head draw forward and up, lengthening the spine. Breathe out, hands flat on the ground. And step back with your right foot, then your left, into a plank pose. Lift the roots of the thighs, pushing yourself forward with your feet, pushing yourself backwards with your hands, and drawing up from the base of the skull. And harden the toes, coming well forward. Melt the space between the shoulder blades, lift from the base of the skull so the weight is at the base of the fingers. Come down, elbows directly over the wrists. Point the toes, sweep the hips, swing the hips forward towards the back of the wrists, side ribs between the upper arms. Extend back through the legs into the tops of the feet and take a breath in. Breathing out, pull back over the toes into your downward facing dog pose. Press out through the arms. Press out from your armpits and draw up from the sit bones. Spread the toes and allow the ears to float between the upper arms, allowing a little blood to flow into the brain and allowing the breath to flow freely with those longer, stronger exhales that happen when the head is down. Come down to the knees, point the toes, press the hips to the heels, and take a child's pose, taking a few breaths with your head falling forward, maybe stacking fists and resting the head on the top fist, relaxing the eyes, relaxing the mouth, and taking a few breaths here. Let's come to the hands and the knees. Tap the toes so the feet are behind the knees and press down with the hands. Pull the heart forward, dropping the waist, breathing in. Breathe out, lower the head. Pull up into the upper back so the chest hollows out. And round the back. As you breathe in, the waist drops. The heart comes forward, the head rises up. Breathe out and round. Breathing in. And breathing out. In. And breathing out. This time, breathe in. Breathe out, curl the toes and pull back to your downward facing dog pose. Again, getting as much length through the spine as you can by pressing out from the armpits, pressing into the base of the fingers, lifting the sit bones. Natural breathing. And walk the feet to the hands. Breathe in, push against the legs, floor, or blocks. Lift the head and the heart. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, light heels. Sweep the arms out and up, lengthening up the sides with the reach of the arms. Breathe out, open out the arms and relax them back down. Palms together. Spread the toes and breathe in. Sweep the arms down, out, and up. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe out, breathe in and push the blocks, floor, or legs away. Lift the head and the heart. Breathe out, forward fold, hands flat. Step back, left foot, then right. Again, melt the space between the shoulder blades. Lift from the base of the skull. Harden the toes, come forward and down. Toes back, hips forward, heart up. Breathe in. Breathe out, back over the toes into your downward facing dog pose. Push a little weight into the ball of your back foot. Then push down into the hands, maybe propping them up on blocks so you can pull an imaginary blanket out from your lower belly towards your chin, collarbones shining towards the front edge of your mat. And then start to straighten your front leg. Dropping the outer right hip. To straighten that leg, keep pushing the blocks away or pushing the floor away to elongate the spine. And then bring the hands down. Step back with your right foot and point the right toes. Point the left toes. Swing the hips towards the back of the wrists, side ribs between the upper arms. Then harden the toes, pick up the hips and either down to straight back to downward facing dog pose or reverse vinyasa, coming into Chaturanga Dandasana and pressing back up to your downward facing dog pose. Long spine. And breathe in, come down to the knees, stepping the left foot forward or stepping the left foot up and over a hurdle. Lowering the hips towards the level of that front knee. You can drop that back knee first and then push down into the floor to pull the heart forward over that left leg, maybe extending your right leg now. So you're pulling the right inner heel back. You're taking the back of the left knee forward and lifting from the root of the right thigh to get a little bit of a forward pitch hip, enough to really stick that back leg, and then pushing the floor away with the hands, maybe propping them up, and straightening your left leg. Pull the outer left hip back and down under you. Push out with the hands, keep your spine long. Breathing, grounding into the ball of your left big toe. And bend the front knee. And step back, pointing the left toes into your upward facing dog pose, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Streaming energy through the legs into the tops of the feet. And flipping over the toes to come to downward facing dog pose, or hardening the toes and taking that reverse vinyasa once again. Few natural breaths. Let's look between the hands, bend the knees, and either walk the feet forward or hop the feet forward. As you breathe in, elongate the spine. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, sit the hips down, pick up the arms, and throw up some confetti to get your shoulders in just the right place so you're sitting back like you're skiing. And then reaching up and elongating. Again, shoulders relaxed. Breathing easily, breathing freely. Utkatasana chair pose. Breathe in, press through the legs, hold the left wrist, stretch up. Breathe out over to the right. Extending down into the left leg and foot. Lifting the heart. And breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, switch wrists, soften the legs. And breathe in, extend up. Breathe out over to the left, extending down into the right leg and foot. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, open out the arms, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Lift the clasp hands away from the back. Feet a little bit wider. And breathe in, lift from the back of the head. Breathe out, hinge from the hips with light heels. Get let the head fall forward, lifting the arms again. Let that base of the skull drop down and let your breath flow freely. Lower the hands to the back into or towards the floor. And sit the hips down. Walk the feet forward, walk the hands forward. Push the floor down, lift the heart, and bend the knees, lowering the hips towards the heels. See if you can turn your toes out and widen the feet enough to keep your heels grounded as you tuck forward, bringing your upper stomach towards your lower stomach, hunkering down. Press the outside, the backs of your upper arms against the lower legs. Bring the palms together and lean into the inner edges of your feet in Malasana garland pose as you press the backs of your upper arms against your legs, lengthening the sides. Taking a few breaths here. And lowering the head, bringing the hands down. Lift the hips, turn your feet forward, and come back to your Uttanasana intense stretch, your standing forward fold. And hold the hips, lighten the heels, take the head and heart forward, breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Bring the hands to the lower back now for Ardha Chakrasana half wheel pose. Thumbs on the outsides. Use the press of the legs to get behind the heart as you lift up, either chin down to get that back bend or let the head hang off the heart, pushing off the legs to get that lift, and taking a few breaths here. And breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Let's take the feet apart now for a few standing wide-legged poses. If you have blocks, you can put one behind each heel. We'll take Trikonasana, triangle pose, into optional half moon pose. Turn your right foot out, with your heels lined up, turn your right foot out, turn your left foot in, and use the outer edge of the back foot and the ball of the front foot to roll your belly towards the right leg. Drawing energy up the legs, take the right arm up to elongate the spine. Press with the legs, reach with the arm, breathe in. Breathe out, hinge out from the hips. When you've gotten your length, bring your hand down. You can prop it up on a block or push out against the block or the leg. Let the chest rise right back up away from the floor. Belly down, outer right hip back. Turn the ribs up and lean the shoulders back out over that right leg. And draw up from the left elbow, opening out the arms and using the spread arm position to turn the torso, to pinwheel the heart up. Taking a few breaths here. And take the top hand to the hip. Turn the gaze down towards the right foot and bend the right knee, rolling your belly to the right. Put the block a foot and a half in front of the right pinky toe if you work with a block. And glide forward onto the right leg. Raise the left leg, flexing the foot a little higher than the hip, it'll feel like, and then press through your right leg towards straight. Turning the ribs up, take the left arm up. Maybe turn the gaze up. Taking a few breaths here. Then bring the top hand to the hip. Take the gaze down, bend the standing leg and step well back onto your left foot, bringing the block to the inner edge of the right foot and then pulling that right hip back towards straight as you push into the block to elongate the spine. Take the left arm up, taking a few breaths here. And breathe in, press into the legs, lighten the bottom hands, start to come up. Breathing out all the way up. So you're using the stretch of the arms to lift the sides, elongate the spine, and turn. Turn the torso. You can move the block out of the way and turn the feet to the left. Spreading the toes. And rolling the belly towards the left leg. Put the block by the inner edge of your left foot and take the left arm up. Breathe in, elongate the spine. And breathe out, fold forward. Push down against the block, let the chest rise right back up away from the floor. Belly rolls down, outer left hip pulls back. Turn the ribs up. Take the right arm up. And use the press of the legs and the press of that left hand to lengthen the spine, to lift the heart, to set the neck at the top of the spine, and then turn the ribs. Breathing easily, freely. Now bring the top hand back to the hip. Push into the left hand to elongate the spine again. Turn the gaze down and bend the left leg. Put the block a foot and a half in front of the left pinky toe if you're using a block. And glide forward onto the left leg. Raise the right leg, flexing that back foot. Press through the left leg towards straight. And taking that right arm up. Few breaths here. Bring the top hand back to the side. Turn the gaze down. Bend the standing leg and step well back onto your right foot, bringing the block to the inner edge of the left foot. As you pull the left hip back, push into your block to elongate the spine. Turning the ribs, right arm up. Grounded in the legs and the feet, grounded in that left hand, and turning, lengthening the spine. Now lighten that bottom hand, breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Hold the sides or move the blocks out of your way. We'll take Virabhadrasana 1 into Virabhadrasana 3. Warrior 1 into Warrior 3. Turn the left foot in. Turn the right foot out. Bend the right leg and step the back foot, the left foot, a little closer to the left edge of the mat. And using the outer edge of the back foot and the ball of the front foot, roll the belly towards the root of the right thigh. Bring that left chest forward. Bend the right knee, stopping the knee over the heel and pushing weight into the back foot. Use the outer edge of the back foot to turn the belly forward towards that right knee again. Sweep the arms down, forward and up. Push off that back leg, lift from behind the heart, opening back into your warrior three pose. Now once you've gotten your little bit of back bend, lifting from behind the heart, bring that left chest forward again. Breathing, and if you had a second set of eyes, you could look down and see your right middle toe because that leg is turned out enough. Let's hinge forward from the hips. Use the press of that back leg to get behind the heart. Palms can be open or closed. Spin the back heel back. Glide forward onto the right leg. Raise the left leg, bringing the root of the left thigh towards your standing leg. Then press through your right leg towards straight. Maybe taking the gaze forward and taking a few breaths here. Then bend the standing knee and step well back onto your left foot, finding your way back into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Few breaths here. Breathe in, start to straighten. Breathe out, straighten all the way. And hold the sides. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left foot out. Bend the left leg, step the back foot closer to the right side of the mat. And again, use the outer edge of the back foot, the ball of the front foot, to bring that right chest forward. Spread the toes. Bend the left leg. Stop the knee over the heel. Make sure you can see your middle toe. Push weight into the back foot. Bring the right side of the waist forward and sweep the arms forward and up. Lifting the heart, right chest minded. Start to hinge forward from the hips. Again, connect up the back of the heart to the press of that back leg. Palms open or closed, spin the back heel back. Glide forward onto the left leg. Raise the right leg and press through the left leg towards straight. Natural breathing. Then bend the standing leg and step well back onto your right foot, finding your way back into Virabhadrasana 1. Breathe in, start to straighten. Breathe out, straighten all the way. And hold the sides. Let's turn the feet forward. And now I'm going to turn around so that I'm facing the right direction for the camera, but we'll take Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, reverse side angle pose. So turn your right foot out and turn your left foot in. Bend the right knee and step your left foot closer to the left side of the mat. Take the arms out to the sides in Vimanasana to bring the left chest forward, that little extra. And now take the left arm up to the side of the head and turn from the back heel, from the back hip, from the back of the left shoulder to the back of the left hand. And breathe in, lengthen out. Breathe out, bend the front knee, stopping the knee over the heel and pushing weight into that back foot. Then hinge from the hips, bringing your right hand to the right leg. Take the left elbow over the right knee. Now lighten the back heel, leaning it in and down, and then push the front knee into the left arm to turn. Take the right palm on top of the left with the right elbow lifted, and then
Press the palms together and lift the heart, lengthen the spine. You can stay here, dropping the back left ribs, right front ribs up, back left shoulder down, right front chest up. Or you can extend the arms or take that right arm up overhead, dropping the hips and lifting the heart. Few breaths here. To come out of the pose, take the right arm back, turn the gaze down, take the left arm forward. Drop the back heel and sweep the left arm up and back. Then hold the hips and turn the right foot in, turn the left foot out. Bend the left leg, stepping the back foot, your right foot a little closer to the right side of the mat, and bringing the right chest forward. Spread the toes. Take the arms out to the side, bring that right chest forward. Right arm up to the side of the head. Before you add the twist and before you add the lunge and the twist and the forward fold, from here, just see if you can get the twist while you're upright. Turning from that back heel, turning from that back hip. And breathe in, lengthen the spine with the reach of the arm. Breathe out, bend the front knee. Again, pushing some weight into your back foot. Hinge from the hips, add the forward fold. Lighten that back heel, left hand to the left leg, hook the right elbow over the knee, and push the left knee into the right arm, dropping the back right ribs, left front chest up, back right shoulder down, left front chest up. Press into the palms and lengthen the spine. Maybe extending the arms, maybe taking the top arm overhead, taking a few breaths here. To come out of the pose, take the left arm back, take the gaze down, take the right arm forward, drop the back heel, and take the right arm up and back. I'll turn back to face your way. Turn the feet forward with the outer edges of the feet parallel to one another. Take the thumbs to the sacral dimples, draw the elbows back. Take the thumbs down and let the heart bubble up like a fountain. Breathe in, breathe out, lighten the heels, fold from the hips. Take the hands down, take the head down. And breathe into the belly. Prasarita Padottanasana, spread feet pose. Then prop up the chest with the press of the hands to lengthen the spine once again. Bend one knee, and then the other. Back and forth, side to side. And straighten both legs, walking the feet in just a bit. Lighten the heels, hold the hips. And breathe in, take the head and heart forward, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Walk the feet in. We'll take a balance pose. Garudhanasana, eagle pose. So bringing the inner edges of the feet to touch. Take the right upper arm over the left. Pass the forearms and bring the palms together. Then draw out from the armpits to the underside of the elbows and take the inner wrists forward. Bend the knees, sitting back. Spread the right toes. Shift the center of gravity over to the right leg and fold the left leg over the right, touching the toes down towards the floor or slipping the left foot behind the right lower leg. steadying the gaze and taking a few breaths here. If this is a hard balance, you can take your lower back to a wall with the standing heel an inch or two away from the wall. To come out of the pose, bring the left foot to meet the right, sweep the arms out and up, and breathe out, bring the right arm underneath the left, pick up the forearms and pass them, bring the palms together, coming out from the armpits to the underside of the elbows, taking the inner wrists forward, bend the knees and sit back. Spread the left toes and take the right leg over the left, touching the toes down towards the floor or slipping the right foot behind the left lower legs, and taking a few breaths here. Bring the right foot to meet the left foot. Breathing in, sweep the arms out and up. And breathing out, open out and down. We'll come down onto the mat now. Come to the hands and the knees. Move the knees back and come down onto the belly. The toes are pointed back. Either put a strap between the hands, walking the hands towards one another on the strap, or interlace the fingers behind the back for Nowasana boat pose. Stream energy through the legs into the tops of the feet. Raise the head. Raise the arms. And on a breath in, lift the chest, pulling the clasp hands up and back over the hips towards the legs. Then raise the legs as well, taking a few breaths here, trying not to crunch the neck, and breathing into the abdominopelvic region. Then lower slowly down. Rest on the side of the head, let the arms roll out, let the heels roll out, and breathe into the lower back. And prop up the chest. Turn the left forearm so it's parallel to the front edge of the mat, slightly in front of the shoulders. Fold the right lower leg, reaching back to hold the foot, and bring the right knee in to meet the left. Then press the right heel in and back towards the top of the thigh, sliding the right knee back and leaning into the front of the right hip. If that doesn't work, you can stay on your side, bringing the right knee forward a little bit and resting the head on the arm, or putting a block under the head. Melting the front of the hip down, sliding the knee back. A few breaths here. And release. Replace the left forearm with the right. Fold the left lower leg, reaching back to hold the foot. Bring the left knee in to meet the right, and again, press the left heel in and back towards the hip, sliding the knee back. And breathing to release through the quadricep muscle, to release through the left hip flexor. And then release. Propping up on the forearms. Fold both lower legs. Pick up a knee and move it back. Pick up the other knee and move it back. Press down and back with the forearms. Pull the back of the heart forward. Lengthening the waist and taking a few breaths here, moving the heels apart until it feels like your thighs are straight up and down. And anyone who'd like to can reach back and hold the outsides of the feet, arms straight-ish. Raise the head and chest, and then push the feet into the hand to open the knees, letting the straightening action of the legs pull the front of the shoulders back to open the shoulders. Again, see that you're not pulling the chin too far forward. And again, breathing into the abdominopelvic region in Dhanurasana bow pose. And then lowering slowly down and resting on the other side of the head. Let the arms roll out, let the heels roll out. Breathing into the lower back. Bring the forehead down and the hands under the shoulders. Breathe in, lift the hips. Breathe out, sit the hips back down to the heels or towards the heels, releasing the spine forward, releasing the head forward, quieting around the eyes, and breathing into the lower belly. Walk the hands back towards the knees. And extend the legs forward on the floor. You can put a blanket, a folded blanket underneath the hips. Bring the right heel in towards the back of the hip. Interlace fingers around that front shin and pull back against that shin to climb the heart up the leg as you press the back of the left knee down. We'll take Marichiyasana. Marichi's twist. Push down take the right hand behind the back and push the floor down with that right hand. Take the left arm up and breathe in, lift from behind the heart. Breathe out, either hug that front knee or hook the arm over and then push the right knee into the left arm if you've hooked the arm over. Walk the back hand back, pushing the floor down with that back head. Let the crown of the head draw up towards the ceiling and start to bring the back left ribs forward and the right front chest back. Taking a few breaths here, way down low in the body. And release. Extend the right leg forward. I'll spin around the other way. Bend the left leg, pulling the left heel in towards the back of the hip. Switch the interlace of the fingers and pull back against the shins, climbing the heart up again. Take the left hand back, push the floor down with that back hand, reach with the right arm, breathe in, and breathe out and either hug or hook over, pushing the left knee to the left, walking the back hand back, and then reclaiming the length of the spine. Breathing way down low. And release. Let's extend which leg was it? Your left leg. And take the right knee out to the right. Bring the right heel in towards the root of the right thigh. Take the left leg out to the left. Take the hands to either side of your right knee and use the press of the hands to get long through the spine and to turn your belly towards your right leg. This is where, if you can't reach the foot, having a strap is a nice thing. If you don't have one, that's no problem. Let's take the left hand to the right leg and use the press against the knee to turn the ribs away from your extended leg. We'll take Parsva Janusirshasan, side head to knee pose. So keeping your ribs revolved away from your extended legs, slide the left elbow down the left leg and either loop a strap around the foot or hold the big toe with the second and third fingers and push out from the hip right into the sole of the left foot as you pull back from your left armpit and lengthen the spine. Take the right arm up and over, extending through the right side of the waist, and then pull back from your left armpit and extend the left waist, pinwheeling your heart up and breathing once again. Breathe in, reach up, and breathe out. Turn the belly towards the left leg, holding the outer foot or holding the strap with your right hand. Push down into the floor with your left hand and pull the underside of your left hip back and under you. Pick your ribs up and over a brow, bringing more of your belly over the left leg. And once you've gotten as much of your belly over that leg as you can, bring both hands to the foot or the strap. Engage the stomach muscles. Pull back against the foot and lift your ribs up and over a barrel, releasing forward over the left leg into Janu Sirsasana head to knee pose. Few breaths here. And breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Take the hands behind the hips, extend the right leg out. Fold the left lower leg, bringing the heel in towards the root of the left thigh. Take both hands to the outside of your left knee. Push down into the floor and let your ribs revolve to the left. Take the right hand to the outside of the knee and the left hand back. And again, use the push of that back hand to get long. Use the press against the outer knee to spin the heart back towards the left, away from your extended leg. Now, once you've got that length, you can slide that turning away from your right leg. Slide the right elbow down the right leg. Again, strapping the foot or hooking the second and third fingers around the big toe. Push out from the root of the right thigh into the sole of the foot. Pull back from the armpit and elongate the spine. Take the left arm up as you breathe in. Breathe out, reach up and over, and again, turn the heart up. Taking a few breaths here. Breathe in, reach up, and breathe out, turn to the right, holding the strap with the left hand or the outer edge of the foot with the left hand. Push down into the right hand. Pick your ribs up and over a barrel and get more belly over the right leg. Pull the underside of the right hip back. And again, ribs up and over a barrel, extending forward over the right leg. And taking a few breaths here, then holding the foot or the strap with both hands. And taking a few breaths in head to knee pose, Janu Sirsasana. Breathe in, start to walk the hands up. Breathe out all the way up. Let's pull the left knee up. Bend the right knee. Reaching forward with the arms, lighten the heels, and lower slowly down, one vertebra at a time. Take the arms to the sides, a little lower than the shoulders. Bring the heels back towards the hips, a little wider than the hips. Spread the toes and press down into the feet for Setu Bandha, half bridge pose, lifting the hips, but hanging them in like a hammock pose. So you can pull the knees forward a little bit and tuck the shoulders closer to the heels. Then push from the thighs into the soles of the feet and pull back from the back of the heart. I'm not going to do this one because I have a herniated disc in my neck, but push back and lift from behind the heart, pressing back with your head. Then slide the upper arms underneath the back, interlace the hands and pull the clasped hands towards the heels. Taking a few breaths and using the press of the legs to bring the back of the heart towards the head. For a few breaths. Then release the clasped hands and lower slowly down, one vertebra at a time. Okay, let's draw the knees into the chest. Hug the knees. And extend the legs forward on the floor, letting the arms and the legs roll out. If there are any last poses you want to take before the closing relaxation, you can take those now. Otherwise, coming into your Shavasana, closing the eyes or taking the gaze just steady at one spot on the ceiling, eyes quiet. Fingertips relaxed. Belly relaxed. The eyes soft. The lips and tongue relaxed. Let the breath flow naturally. As you become aware of whatever's on the mind right now, whatever it is that's great noticing, just bring it right back to feeling the flow of the breath as it flows in and out. Only this. And start to bring to your attention the sounds that you hear. Keeping the sounds in your awareness and also the feeling as the breath flows in and out.
And wriggle the fingers and the toes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. And give a great big full body stretch. And hugging the knees and rolling over onto the side, resting your head on an arm. And as you're ready, slowly coming up to sit cross-legged. Reach behind the back. Hold the right wrist. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the head, lower than the heart. Raise the head. Namaste. Thanks for joining the JCC 8:30 yoga class today. I hope you could see okay. I hope you could hear okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but nice to practice with you today. Have a great day.